Hi, I'm Dr. Erica Lacher from Spring Hill Equine and the podcast Straight from the Horse Doctor's Mouth. And today we're going to talk about how to keep seniors super. This is Jackie, our 26-year-old senior that lives here. I've owned her nearly her entire life. She spent most of it as a lesson horse, and now she just has some low-level things about older. And we're going to talk about what we do to make sure that she lives her very best retirement. First, let's talk nutrition. Everybody wants to feed equine senior to their older horses, and for many that's reasonable, but you need to think about how equine senior was designed. The regular equine senior feed is actually a complete feed, so it's all of the hay and concentrate they need. Jackie here has really good teeth, so she's still able to chew hay, so we don't feed her a senior feed. Instead, she gets a maintenance feed. She requires a little more calories than a ration balancer, but if she was a truly easy keeper, she could be fine on a ration balancer. We reserve senior feeds generally for the horses who cannot eat hay because their teeth have deteriorated. Speaking of teeth, make sure you get regular dental care. Super important for the old guys as they have teeth expiring on a regular basis and we need to make sure they're taken care of. So before you reach for that bag of equine senior, have a talk with your veterinarian that you've got a great relationship with or the equine nutritionist available at the 1-800 number on the back of any major feed label and talk to them about best nutrition for your seniors. Next, let's talk about metabolic testing. And when we say metabolic testing, we mean testing for PPID, commonly known as Cushing's, and insulin resistance. The two of those go together, but can be separate as well. So not every insulin resistant horse has PPID, and not every PPID horse has insulin resistance. Many of them have both, and so we need to know where they're at in terms of treatment options. So again, Jackie here, being perfect as she is, has neither, so we don't manage either of those diseases on her. But we test her on a regular basis as many horses over the age of 15 develop PPID. The sooner we get them on treatment, the better they do long term. And by better, we mean lower laminitis rates, better nutrition efficiency, better quality of life, all of the things we want for our super seniors. So making sure that you have regular metabolic testing in your super senior's life is really important. One of the key components we forget to add into our seniors' lifestyle is movement. Just like you or I, as we get older, they tend to do less. And if they're no longer in an active exercise program because they're not being ridden, we may not think about riding them. And Jackie here, for example, prefers to live outside. So you would think that she's getting all of the movement she needs, but that's very often not the case. So for seniors, I'd recommend that they're on some sort of gentle movement program once or twice a week. And the reason that's important is one of the big things that affects quality of life for these guys is an inability to trim their feet. They develop arthritis such that they don't necessarily know where their feet are. They don't do a great job standing up for the farrier. And yes, we make some farrier modifications, but we can also do things to make them be able to do it for longer better. So let's talk about some of those things. And the first is pretty straightforward, and we use it on our performance horses, and that is just stretches. So for example, you'll see as Jackie comes around, her neck doesn't necessarily turn the greatest. She does okay, but that's about as far as she can go. So about once a week, I ask her to bring her neck in a stretch each direction, and that just keeps it moving. If I gave Jackie the choice to graze around out in the pasture all day with her neck dead straight and stiff, she would happily do it. So I need to do some things that help her do what's best for her. Balance pads are not just great for your athletes, they're also great for your seniors. Teaching them to just simply stand on balance pads will help them build the muscles necessary to help them balance when the farrier comes to do their feet. I do them on mostly back feet, but I'll also do front feet depending on what's uncomfortable for them. And all I ask them to do is stand. If I have one that's having trouble picking up feet, but they're able to stand on balance pads, we'll work on just simply unweighting. So I'll take a hand and I'll just ask them to lean off that leg And we'll just do this repeatedly. I'm not even gonna ask them to pick the foot up at first. I'm just gonna literally ask them to lean away. Once they get better at that, then we'll start asking, can I have the foot? And over time, and that's literally, see, like just pick it up, put it back down. We're not asking for athlete level balance pad training here. We're just asking for, can I get you strong enough to help with the farrier? Again, adding this in once a week or so with your senior will do amazing things to help them be able to pick up their feet for the farrier longer and better. So one of the best things you can do with your super senior is go for a walk. When they're out in the pasture, they're not necessarily walking around much. They're grazing, they're wandering, but they're not walking. So take them for a walk. Things you want to pay attention to are how well are they walking? Are they walking evenly? Are they getting tired? You want to walk in very even steps as long as they can. And for some, that may be one 20-meter circle. And as long as they're walking appropriately, that's great. What you want to watch for is, in particular, the hind legs will start to shorten up on most of these guys. When that happens, call it good. Over about a week or two, you'll notice that they'll start taking bigger and better steps, and they'll be stronger for the farrier at your next visit. So, go for a walk with your senior. It's good for both of you. You'll enjoy it. It'll be a good time. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy the scenery. Our horses give us their all, and hopefully we can give them a great retirement. Follow these easy steps to give your senior a super, super retirement. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of our videos. We've got tons of information on our YouTube channel, and drop your questions down below and we'll answer them all.